Let's go to Ekurhuleni, where residents have been complaining about a region that's falling into decay as the coalition-led council struggles to govern. Last week, a scuffle broke out between the ANC and EFF members in council during a tabling of a motion of no confidence against Mayor Sivuyile Ngodwana. Following the first fight, or rather the fist fight, questions remain about the state of service delivery in Ekurhuleni. Let's take you now to Katleho, Sekhotho, who's in the region. Katleho, while political parties fight it out in council, it would seem that services have come to a halt in Ekurhuleni. What's the situation?
A very good afternoon. Certainly now we're in the Springs Cemetery, and there's a number of issues that residents have raised here where tombstones have been vandalized, hijackings happen outside the cemetery, and there's just a general dis-ease or crime that's happening in this area. And as we've heard from residents before, they're really asking questions as to whether the coalition government in Ekurhuleni is working for them, and the answer being looking like it's a no. But I do have with me a community leader, Melissa to just tell us more about some of the issues, particularly in this cemetery. Melissa, can you just take us through what are the challenges here?
In terms of the challenges, what we are seeing is vandalism of the tombstones, loved ones that can't visit their families after they're deceased. The cemetery as a whole, many times trees would fall over, and the Ekurhuleni says that the residents can't bury their family members here because there's no parks and there's no finances in order to facilitate the burial of a loved one or a deceased family member.
Right. So would you say that there's a general lack of upkeep, not just in the parks but in cemeteries as well, just a general maintenance of order in the region?
I would say that in terms of the vandalism, the palisades around this area have been stolen. You know, if members come and residents want to come visit their family members at the cemetery, it's a big hijacking spot, crime spot, mugging definitely. But in a whole, you know, Ward 72 as well as Ekurhuleni, you know, the residents have to fight for themselves when it comes to service delivery. If we don't report it, nothing gets done.
Absolutely. And I mean, we saw the brawl that happened in council last week. Obviously, coalition politics. What are your sentiments around that?
In terms of that, you know, fight for the people. If you can pull a punch towards a fellow councillor, rather fight for your people. Don't fight physically. Because at the end of the day, the people are suffering. The residents of Ward 72 suffer daily. You saw incidents where we haven't had street lights for 6 years. It's been reported. You see the parks being vandalized. You see squabbles and the whole area. You know, the residents have done everything to actually save Ekurhuleni, but we've done it on our own. You know, the intervention from leaders, sitting leaders, is minimal to none. The fact that the children, the next generation, what lesson are they learning? We the leaders of today, and we need to teach the next generation how to lead.
Absolutely. Thank you, Melissa, for your time. Thank you. You heard it there from Melissa, community leader, really highlighting that residents have come to the table and at least have tried to manage things, but asking politicians to meet them halfway, and a number of issues plaguing the area, and some of them linked to the fact that it is a coalition government, and perhaps the parties not working together results in the ultimate demise or decay that we're seeing in the area of Ekurhuleni.